So first question, can you describe to youngins with 5 skate parks and 5-mile radius what your skate scene was like as a kid and maybe what your first intro to skateboarding was?
Well, it was before it was skateboarding was like popular, and then in the 70s when I started skateboarding, it was really big, blow out popular. There was no skate parks. People just skateboarding on the streets. There were disciplines, they called them. There was high jump, slalom, long jump, stuff like that. It was like more like Olympian slalom, not like tricks per se, but more disciplines is what they called them. Mm-hmm. There were no parks.
And what would you say is the best thing about the 70s?
The 70s?
Yeah, that was your era, right?
No, I remember skating in the 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, whatever teams. I've skated all of them. But what was the best thing about the 70s? The equipment sucked, but the people were just as hyped to doing it. And then it died, and then people got over it, and they were like, we'll find something else. And I was like, well, I'm not going to stop. So I guess I had to find some new friends.
Yeah. Have you had to do that a few times?
Oh,
find new friends?
I don't think I have anybody my age that still skates as much as me, so it's like I pretty much hang out with people at the skate park that are older than me. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I asked a kid the other day, he said some shit to me, and I was like, I was thinking about something else, and he asked me if I had any cookies, and I was like, cookies, I don't have any cookies. It shows you how fucked up, the kids are just so little. I'm like, I'm just fucking old.
Right. Do you have any favorite hell ride stories with Cardiel and Stranger that you could share that stand out?
Favorite stories?
Yeah, any crazy moments? I know there's got to be a few.
I've had many crazy moments in my life, but I can't, it's like, to pick one would be very difficult.
Fair enough. Are there any pivotal moments of your extensive career that you're most proud of?
Most proud of? As far as I'm concerned, just the magazine stayed strong. We've made, when print media was dying, it seemed everybody was fucking telling us it's over and shit, and we're like, fuck no, Thrasher's forever. So we stuck with Thrasher and triangulate that with our web coverage. We can't lose. We've become our own competition in that regard. It's pretty amazing.
Nice. All right, this is switching gears a little bit, but how many hits of acid would you say you've taken in one sitting, like the most? And do you have a craziest acid trip story?
I remember taking acid when I was a kid. I did a lot of acid when I was in junior high and 8th, 9th, 10th grade. But I remember, have you ever noticed about soft fills, red kryptonics are really smooth. And I remember skateboarding on acid in the rain on red kryptonics, and I could hear the noise that it made while I was flying 40 miles an hour, and it was like the most insane feeling in the world. I felt like I was electric.
That's awesome. All right, switching gears again. How many times would you say skateboarding has died, and what do you think has been the worst era for skateboarding, and why?
The worst era for skateboarding is when 1981, when the people just died. There was nothing. It was fucking from 75 to 77. People were building skate parks and skateboard companies. There was unicorns and ads and weird shit. And then it just died from 1980 to 83. And then the Bones Brigade put it back on radar 85 when street skating happened. And then after 1990 and 91, 92, it died major fucking, all birds dead, pressure flips, big pants, little tires, all that crap. And then we still kept skating. That's all it was. It died religiously because of the equipment and people that, didn't understand what they were dealing with. People that would make skateboards or build skateboard parks did not understand how dangerous and treacherous they are. And they were killing their own customers, their fan base. So by doing that, they were not really thinking about their own future.
How would you describe the era of skateboarding that we're in now? Or are there any best or worst trends in skateboarding that you've seen right now?
I think that skateboarding right now is better than it's ever been, of course, because the kids that we raised from the dark ages of time, they came to fruition in this era of, the Figgies and the Grants. They grew up on the mag. And they all want just to rip ride and go get down, get gnarly. It's fucking insane that the magazine, these kids are all early 20s, and that's the time when we took over the magazine and took it to another level. before I worked at the magazine, people didn't skate that much there. So then when I started working at the magazine, we tried to hire people that skateboarded and took photos and whatnot, and understood the whole competition, not the competition, the whole ideology of skateboarding as a lifestyle more than just a magazine. And Thrasher became part of that program.
So, who are a few, you said you're like hanging out at this parks a lot, or who are a few up and coming skaters people might not have heard of, but you think they'll definitely come to know in the next couple of years?
The kids that I hang out with, all these kids at the skate park that I hang out at Petro, Rafa, R-A-F-A, Zoa, Django. There's a bunch of kids, and Damien, Those are the kids that I skate with. They're good.
All right.
Really good. Zoa,
Z-O-A?
I didn't spell Zoa's last. I didn't spell Zoa's name. Z-O-A. Yeah, something like that. Zoe, I don't know, something like that. I don't know, Zoe. He's good.
No worries. I'll get it. I'll make sure I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So can you tell us about Benji Gallo, Tony Farmer, Bill Pepper, Choppy Omega, and Frank Hirata? I mean, either in one explanation or how each of them got banned, and maybe like what happened with the 5 days of hate?
Nah, that's a no comment. Come on, man.
All right.
Choppy Omega ripped me off for dope and said Burnside tax. Bill Pepper just happened, whatever. His girlfriend was waiting outside in the car. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, cool. I had to ask at least,
That's all right. Go ahead.
So what happened, or what was really going on at HSP when people thought you were fired for that? Was there a point when you were legitimately unemployed?
Oh, no way. I made it up myself because I was like, fuck, this is ridiculous. Because what we just showed the power of the people talking on the net behind their little Indy 143, their little, whatever they're doing.
Yep.
They're clogged.
Nice.
They're just like people that don't really want to, people that don't skate, they're just like, they have opinions, but now their opinions matter for some reason. I don't understand. So,
yeah.
Go ahead. Talk about it. Do it.
What do you think you'd be doing now if Phil Shao became the new editor? Or do you have any other hopeful successors now?
I don't know. That's a hard feeling to think about. I just gave my life to skating. That was what it was. That's what it is. It's not something I can walk away from. I think it's a situation that, it's what I want. It's what I want to do. I get the power to do what I want to do. That's more than empowering,
Yeah. Did you have any input into the design of his skate park in Redwood City?
No, not at all.
Okay. Do you really have a photographic memory? Like, have you actually been medically diagnosed?
Oh,
or
no.
if you, okay.
I remember photos from the magazine and captions that go with it, but I wouldn't remember. I could tell you if it was in Armac or stuff like that. I could remember stuff. Some of it, it's impossible to have a photographic memory for over 412 issues like that.
I was going to say, if you really tried, do you think you could name every cover in order by memory, or is that impossible?
Oh, no, that's impossible. Like I said,
okay.
400 pages. That'd be everything. Millennium Falcon. All right.
Do you remember the ads from Thrasher, like the camp ads?
Which camp ads?
Or do you think there are any like majorly iconic ads from the magazine that have had the most impact?
Maybe as far as like ads in the mag for another product. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so any ads that were released in the mag that really caused a shitstorm or really caused people to start talking about it?
Well, we had a real ad of someone doing a switch ollie over a fire hydrant, and the logo was backwards because it was switch, and then they stopped the mag at the press because they couldn't figure it out that it was real. That actually happened.
That's crazy. All right, so just I'll try to be faster about this then. What do you have to say about like claims that SOTY is rigged or that votes don't matter?
I think anybody should talk about things they don't understand. They can talk about whatever they want. SOTY is up to them. If they want to believe what they want.
Yeah. What pick for SOTY have people questioned the most, do you think, and why?
I don't know. I've heard a lot of rumblings about Kristen and different stuff. Just different people. I don't know. I mean, it's like a long time ago in the 90s.
So how is it that Steve Caballero was never named Skater of the Year but ended up Skater of the Century?
By who?
I read online that Thrasher named him Skater of the Century. That's like all over the internet.
Thrasher
99.
We have never named anybody Skater of the Century. Never.
All right, on Google, I'm telling you, I didn't think you did, and I saw it on there all over the websites, and it kind of threw me for a loop. So
Thrasher says that he's the Skater of the Century?
if you Google Steve Caballero, Skater of the Century, I'm telling you, Google it.
Verified by Thrasher Magazine. Okay. Well,
no, I don't think it's been verified by Thrasher. That's why I was asking about it. So that makes more sense.
That's the Vans, dude. He's not Skater of the Century. Tony Hawk's the Skater of the fucking bazillion light years, bro. Come on, deal with it.
Yep. All right, that sounds a lot better to me. So, if you had to pick somebody Skater of the new millennium, or actually, I'm gonna scrap that question. Forget that. If there was a Skater of the new millennium, do you like that one?
The new millennium? No, just the rollover, you can call it that.
Yep. If there was a SOTY of all SOTYs contest, who do you think would win or should win?
Right now?
Is that Tony?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's fucking Grant Taylor for sure.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, Grant Taylor. Fuck yeah.
What are your thoughts on the gentrification of San Francisco?
Easy come, easy go. Who owns it? The bank.
Okay. Top 5 street spots in the city today.
In the city today?
Yeah, that are still alive.
Just the hills, man. Fuck this. Fuck spots come and go. There's hills and streets.
All right. Can you explain what you mean when you say that slams aren't bails?
What slamming means you're trying to make it. Bails means you're jumping off. That's it. Slams aren't bails.
Right.
The truth.
All right. Okay, I got 3 more for you. If you could tell us about the near-death incident via spider bite, how did that happen?
I was fucking underneath my ramp, and I got bit by a spider. And I thought it was just a swell bone. And then 3 days later, it swelled up really bad. I couldn't even put my jacket on. To the hospital, and they were like, immediately pushed the panic button, and I went in and they lanced it, cellulitis. And I thought in my dream, thousands and millions of little Milky Way spiders came out all over the ground. It's really fucking vivid. True.
Jeez.
But then it seized back together, and because it was necrofied tissue, which necrofied means dead, they had to cut it all out, and I had to regrow it. And that was the other elbow. Then I had another circulation problem with my other elbow on the other side. A real battle of getting old. Body versus ground. Gravity is taking its toll.
What about, do you have any, let's see, what was your opinion of Eric Swenson's suicide? Was his death conflicting for you at all, in that it also meant you were taking over the magazine?
No, Eric was a good guy. He's a nice guy. He was not very happy. So he checked out. Wasn't that?
Fair enough. All right. Okay, last thing. What advice do you have for anyone hoping to get out of the mailroom?
I would just say, if anybody asks you, have the answer. That's the best advice I would ever give. What do you want to hear? The fucking Ramones. What do you want to eat? Pizza. Give shit. You think you can do a better mag? Of course I can. That's exactly what happened to me. Believe it.